putting in work, give them that work. A1 since day one, has swagger since birth. All my moves clutch, put respect on my turf. Sick of your swim, homie, this how you surf. Surf, surf. Sick of your swim, homie, this how you surf. All my moves clutch, put respect on my turf. A1 since day one, has swagger since birth. Putting in work, give them that work. A1 since day one, has swagger since birth. All my moves clutch, put respect on my turf. Sick of your swim, homie, this how you surf. Surf, surf. Sick of your swim, homie, this how you surf. All my moves clutch, put respect on my turf. A1 since day one, has swagger.
Surf. Good evening and welcome to Markets After Dark, where we go mad in the charts and the news and all the analysis. What's going on, everybody? Hope you are doing well this evening. Hope you had an amazing day. And if you are just now waking up, I hope you have an amazing day. Tonight, we are going to be going over a Bitcoin fractal that looks very interesting. We'll go over what fractals are. We'll do some chart prime. We'll go over some news, stock news, crypto news, all the good stuff. So, if that's something that sounds like you would enjoy, go ahead and smash that. And don't forget to share this out with your friends. Share this out in all of our Discords. Let people know that I am live so we can get more people in here and get more likes on the video and get more shares and get more subs because we are growing. So we need all the help we can get. Let's go ahead and bring up the chat box. There we go. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Hola, French Toaster. How you doing, my friend? Good evening. Good evening, Alexandra G. Why am I seeing... What is this? What is this? Why are you doing that, though? Is it because I need to move this? Maybe. What's going on? All right, guys. Excuse me. Oh, Buck. Sniper's Nightmare. Good morning, Sniper's Nightmare. Oh, man. I love seeing that name in the chat. How are you doing, my friend? Hope those hips are treating you as good as possible. I hope you are doing well, my friend. Sincerely. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and get into the Bitcoin chart that I want to go over today. I thought that this would be pretty interesting, so I wanted to go over this tonight. So first thing that... So I'm pretty decent at finding patterns, things that seem to repeat themselves over and over in the markets. Now, every time I pull a fractal, that doesn't mean that that it's exactly going to play out the way that the former fractal played out. But there can be similarities that can lead to, you know, similar price movements. So with that said, let's go over here to our bars pattern. And what I want to do is I want to take out this whole pattern right here. And then what I'm going to do, because this is on the 12-hour, I'm going to drop down to the 4 smaller time frame, and we are going to inspect this price action on this bar pattern. So what I did was I scrunched this up a little bit so that it kind of fit a little bit more with current price action. Remember, it's about the market structure. It's about the structure more than it is, you know, trying to get a target or price or anything like that. So playing with this, we can see that, you know, we might top out in December of around the 16th, which is possible considering the 16th is next Monday. And 2 days later, we have the FOMC and the Japan carry trade. So, but what I want to point out is just how similar this and this are, but not just that, this as well as the current price action. So when I was looking at this earlier, I could immediately see, all right, so, and I didn't take out that other part that was in here. I should have taken it out, because there's that whole move. There was a push up, push down, and then the push up. Got the push. I mean, it looked exactly like this. Then you get a consolidation. You get a consolidation, push up, push up. This is the previous price action. Then you can see that we go sideways for a little while, sideways for a little while. Then you get a big rally, and then you basically BART down, big rally, BART down, consolidate further, and then push to the upside. So consolidate further, and now I'm looking to push to the upside. This could have been the push to the upside with the pull back down, push to the upside, pull back down. And then that would mean that we wouldn't even create another high until late January from our current local high. I tend to think that we are more, we got this big push up and then this push down, this big push up and then this push down, and then we are coming up and possibly going to flag out like we did right here, flag out. And then we get that final rally of the year for Bitcoin. And then as Bitcoin goes through Chop City, we will see altcoins start to, you know, it'll be the altcoins' turn to run. We'll see, we may see Ethereum, layer 2s, gaming, who knows? We'll see. Maybe it'll all run. Maybe all of them will run. We'll just have to wait and see. He has the coolest name. Sniper's Nightmare. Yeah, you would like that, because being a Marine and all. Because you know, second place is just the first loser. Yes, yes. I was number 2, like Smasher. There we go, Trent Brock, number 2, like Smasher. And you weren't even the number second. You weren't even the second person in the chat. So, which one of y'all didn't like the video? The stream, whatever. Always here, keeping it between the lines. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Flat smack, what's going on, NASA? To the moon. Yo, yo, yo. 6 more subs and we break 6,500. Let's go. Hello, LBC and Lunar Landers. I love it. I love it. Are you all subbed? I think all of these people are subbed, Army. I'm pretty sure all of these people are subbed. These are our usual people. So yeah, could definitely see that little final push up for December, and then we get a pullback, and then we just consolidate until we get into midway, late January, possibly even finish a flush out, maybe, we'll see, and then resume trend to the upside. This would get us to 150K plus, which I think is where we're going, and we would get there around, I'm gonna have to go to a higher time frame. If it was to follow this, well, actually, I've got to move this over here. So if this was to follow through, I mean, we're looking at March, and I've been seeing anytime I've been doing some kind of forecasting, it has been the high comes in March. So it would make sense if the high came in March, and then we got a massive pullback, and then coming into May, we got the retracement rally, rollover. And then from there, we'll just have to wait and see, because that would be rolling over back down to previous resistance, and we would be looking to be coming back down to create support. And from this high to down here is about a 62% drop. And when we look at the history of Bitcoin, the drops over time, we usually average about 90. I think it's gotten down the last couple of cycles, maybe. I'll drop a sub. I've been feeling out the channel. French toaster. Cluck cluck. What's going on, Crypto Pollo? What's a sub? Something that you eat. I guess. All right, so like I said, so we could be seeing that, the final leg of this cycle for Bitcoin. However, that doesn't mean it's over. Good morning, LBC, or good evening, LBC. Good evening, Melissa S. Pollo, I think he wants us all to get a sandwich. Yes, get a sandwich. We all want to get a sandwich. All right, let's see. Let's go to, I want to pull up the Market Oracle Plus. Shout out to Chart Prime. Get 45% off your first month. Link in the description down below. Man, look at these TP, buy max profit, TP1, TP2, buy max profit, TP1, TP2, sell max profit. I mean, this thing is just absolutely banging on them. We're sitting above the dynamic reactor on the 12-hour. We can come down to the 4-hour and we can see that we did actually come down and use the 4-hour dynamic reactor as support. There we go. The last 3 times, and we've held it, and we have since started to push to the upside. It might help if I zoomed in just a tad. And now let's go ahead and pull a fib from this high to this low and see where we got to. The 786 is where we're getting a rejection from. Is this the high that I would want to see taken? Okay, so we did take this high. We mitigated this high. Did we get a close? We did get a close above it. Okay. But what I want to see, let's zoom out. Let's go to the 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour. Okay, so we do have a 4-hour fair value gap here, but we didn't get a 4-hour close over here. But we did get a 4-hour close above this high and created a fair value gap as we broke it. Let's go to the 6-hour. Still not really seeing. Okay, here we go. No, I don't like it. I think the 4-hour is going to be the one to watch. Take a look at the 4-hour. We do have a tiny fair value gap over here, but I'm more inclined to look at this 4-hour fair value gap right here. But I could even see it come down to that 50% retracement level. Essentially anything within this box is a potential buy for me. Potential buy for me. Reversal. We could also see that this would be an area of demand that we could be coming back down to test and push higher. Sitting at just above $98,000. So I still think that we have more upside to go. The only thing that has been giving me caution are these relatively equal lows over here. I was been pointing them out all day in the chats, sitting at about $95,000. So it's definitely something that I would be keeping my eye on. 6-hour, let's see where that dynamic reactor is there. So look at that. Could come down, sweep those lows, bounce off of that dynamic reactor. Not really sure. Not really sure. Ooh, that one's tough. This one's tough. Everything everything tells me that we should come down and test those. Now we have created a little bit of some equal highs up here, and equal highs like to be taken out too. So would not be surprised, guys, to see a bounce down to platinum pocket and then a reversal back to the upside. Bounce off of the dynamic reactor as it pushes up, and then off and away we go. Still within a consolidation range. So could even come lower as no. Let me get rid of everything on here. Get rid of it all. Get rid of it all. Get rid of the dynamic reactor. Let's get rid of all of that stuff. Let's get rid of this. Okay. Let's zoom out because I want to see what range we are dealing with here. Let's pull this up. Change this to my premium discount. There we go. All right, so let's pull this over here. This right here. That's a little better. Because we can see we did bounce off of these levels. It's tough. It's tough to find this range because of how messy this all is. So I'm gonna have to go with this high because it hasn't been cleared. So if I can't go with this high because we've popped above it several times. So I'd have to go with this high. And I could see maybe going down to this low. So, because what I'm looking for is you know, possible deviation below the range so that we could then pivot back to the upside. And deviation back above the range. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If we draw a fib from this low to this high, hold on. Let's get rid of this. All right, we can see that we have 382 sitting right in the smack dab in the middle of that fair value gap. But we also have, let's see, we also have here as a support level at about $98,750 exact. So definitely a level I would be watching for a potential bounce from. Come up to the upside. Hopefully it's not just a sweep of the high so that we can come back down and take these lows. Hopefully this is just going to be a psych out type of deal. Fake out for me. Either way, guys, all I'm doing, and it has been very profitable for me, is I have been buying dips and selling rips. That is what I have been doing. What are you guys talking about over here? Sniper's Nightmare, one of the best OG traders I know. Have a nicotine hit and keep it going, buck. No, on second thought, get some rest. Wait, what's going on, buck? Polio knows. All sets in here. What's going on? Wick 589. What is going on? Speaking of all set. This is the this is what I have been watching because you know, this reminds me of the all set thing. You know, everybody puts the all set emoji. Put the all set emoji in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Just go ahead, throw it in the chat. Throw that all set emoji in the chat, and then everybody will be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. So we can see that we do have some demand here. as we got a bounce here, and we can move this over. We can see it was resistance here and resistance here. And, you know, this is a selling climax over here, or rather buying climax over here. This is a selling climax. So this is going to be the level that I think that we could potentially, if we can pull back, that we could potentially bounce from. So something around this sort, and I think ride that up to the upside. Maybe even come up a little bit more on our stop loss. Let's go ahead and pull a fixed range volume profile on this whole move. Okay, so we do have a value area high sitting up here, but we can see the spikes in the volume nodes on that point of control. I more care about where the spikes in volume are than I care about value area highs or lows. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and get rid of those and just look at the important stuff like the point of control. So this is where all of our volume is, most of our volume is, and we can see that it's right there within our support resistance box. So if we can just bring this down a little bit here, bring this down a little bit here, and then there we go. Now, I do want to see other things line up as we get down here. Maybe some type of bullish divergence. Bring up the oscillators. We can see it is possible if this thing was to push down hard enough that we could create a well, it wouldn't create it on the prime RS, on the RSI prime, but it could create one if it pushed down hard enough. It could come down, create a low, a lower low, this creating a higher high, and that would be a pretty strong bullish divergence. So just something to look out for. Now that is on the 1 hour. We could see it on a lower time frame. So let's go ahead and go to the 1 hour, and we can see what could we see in here. So basically, you know, I want to wait, price to come down, price come down. I mean, at the very least, I mean, looks like we're still hovering above the 0 line on our money flow, and with our trend fusion oscillator and our true 7, our volume matrix is in the green. Power bar is really looking strong, but it does kind of say, hey, you know, little pullback before we can push back to the upside. So I'm looking to potentially add to my Bitcoin long, or in this $99,000 area. So yeah, that is what I am looking for on Bitcoin. If we lose that point of control, I would expect to come down and take out these equal lows. Plain and simple. Let's turn on the VWAP and let's put it on, let's go to inputs, change the anchor period to the weekly and see where we're sitting on that. So our weekly is sitting above us. Let me change the color to yellow so we can see that. So, or below us rather. Yeah, so our weekly is sitting below us, and our price, the thing that we are, or this price move that we are kind of looking for, would actually come right down to the weekly VWAP. So if it is to lose both the point of control and the VWAP, I would be looking for a sweep of these equal lows at about 94,287. Why did I think it was 95? Oh, because I was going off of this? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. So yeah, that's my ideas on Bitcoin. And when I say a sweep of these lows, I would not, that's all that I would expect it to be, is a sweep of the lows and then more chopping about. But I'm kind of leaning more towards the bullish side, personally. What are you guys saying? There's all the all sets. There we go. Put a what? 90 ruler, or AKA square. BTC Dom looks like it's downtrending, correct, guys? Yes. Setting up for a crazy weekend. Looks like what we saw 6 weeks ago. Is the Bollinger Band really tight? I don't know. I don't look at Bollinger Bands really. VWAP is best friend. Yes. Anchor VWAP. Yes. I lose 6 out of 10 already. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm looking at 129K to 133K at some point. Acting like you don't know what you're doing. Proper risk management, 6 out of 10. You should be profitable. All right, let's go ahead and get into some news. I've got a new news layout. Let's check it out. All right, guys, so here's what happened in crypto today. This is by Cointelegraph. I thought I fixed that. Of course not. Video capture device. All right. So today in crypto, for some reason we're talking about stocks. MicroStrategy stock is expected to crack 100 later this month. Roger Ver, widely known as Bitcoin Jesus, is contesting charges made against him by the United States Department of Justice. And Mara Holdings bought another 1.1 billion. We talked about that yesterday. MSTR to become NASDAQ 100 stock. Yeah, we just read that. So MSTR is likely to be added to the QQQ on 12/23. Moderna likely to get boot symbolic. Below is best guess of ads drops, blah, 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 blah. According to, let's see, ads in NASDAQ 100 stock, MSTR will be included in the Invesco QQQ Trust, an ETF with roughly $322 billion in assets under management. So more MSTR, more liquidity coming to MicroStrategy. So maybe, possibly. According to Balachunas, the next step for MicroStrategy is inclusion in the S&P 500 index, which he expects to occur next year. Since adopting its Bitcoin strategy in 2020, MicroStrategy's stock price has rallied by roughly 2,500%. The company's strategy paid off in droves after Bitcoin's price crossed $100,000 for the first time earlier this month. However, some analysts have expressed concerns about MicroStrategy's Bitcoin buying spree, which is being fueled by cheap financing and excessive hype. Yep. So some old news from yesterday. So yeah, so MicroStrategy could be, or is looking to be added to NASDAQ and potentially the S&P 500 next year. Next up, let me know if you are bullish on MicroStrategies or not. From bar chart, stock rally on strength and big tech and benign U.S. inflation report. Stock indexes on Wednesday settled mixed, with the NASDAQ 100 posting a new record high and the Dow Jones Industrials falling to a 2.5-week low. The broader market moved higher on Wednesday after U.S. November consumer prices came in right on expectations, bolstering the outlook for the Fed to cut interest rates by 25 bips at next week's FOMC meeting. The chances of a Fed rate cut next week rose to 95%. I thought I saw 96%. From 86% before the release of the November CPI report. Strength in mega cap technology stocks Wednesday was also supportive of the overall market. So we did see some moves, I believe, in our Apples, our Teslas, and the FANGs, all that stuff. MSTR does not affect price action till way later. They buy OTC. Keep your eyes on major exchange reserves. That's when the really carriness happens. Poyo, that's how I would play that. And look for the 702. Hey, Lunar, do you think my swing has good stop protection? Pole entry 5562, stop 0.6122, position 17K pole. Your thoughts? Swing has good stop protection. So I'm guessing your entry is lower than your stop. So I'm going to assume you're shorting. Next up, the Nikkei up 1.4%. Now this one is pretty big. Okay, Japanese stocks are higher, led by gains in tech and electronic stocks as hopes continue for the Fed's rate cut next week. Recruit Holdings is up 4.2% and Hitachi Limited is 2.8% higher. USD JPY, remember, is at 152.18. Remember, we want this one down, up from 158.68 as of Wednesday's Tokyo stock market close. Investors are closely watching any escalation in the U.S.-China trade tensions and conflicts in the Middle East. The Nikkei stock averages up 1.4%. So, the Nikkei, the Nikkei. Nikkei or the Nikkei. So if we come over to the USD versus the yen, this is what we were looking at last night. Could have seen that push up higher. Still wondering if we will come down before we come up to this area of resistance and ultimately roll over. Something that I have been reading in my spare time is how, we have the Japan carry trade coming in, which could actually, because of Japan hiking rates, could actually see a boost in the yen, which means this would actually go down because this is the USD versus the yen. So that is definitely a possibility. And with the USD going down, that also helps our risk on assets. And since we did have such a dramatic collapse in the market the last time we had the the yen carry trade, and because of the fact that the rate, so if we cut and the yen and Japan hikes, that is going to end up being a difference because they would both end up probably doing 25 points in opposite directions. So that would get them half a point closer to each other on their interest rates. So because of that, we could see more yen carry trade unwinding. However, it might just lead to some choppiness instead of a dramatic move down. Mostly, or a lot of that, because a lot of the yen carry trade has already been wiped out. We've been leading up into this with them already signaling that they're going to hike rates, which means experienced traders that actually take advantage of something like a yen carry trade have probably already been unwinding those trades. Not only that, the difference between the interest rates means maybe we'll just get some choppiness as people, just kind of slowly leave or slowly unwind their trades and all that stuff. And try to get that exchange rate. Lunar, I'm long. Senor David, can you take a look at Solana for me, please? Thanks. Is that like Solana or is that like a meme coin? Solana. Lunar, do you think my swing has good stop, halt entry? Stop 61.22. Oh, so is this like a stop? Is this like a stop that's like a in profit? Is that what's going on here? Yeah, be careful with this. Let's see. You got that stop coordinate 0.6. What was it? Oh, come on now. 61.22. What exchange? Also, did you say what exchange? It doesn't look like it. We're gonna do Coinbase for now. We're gonna color code this red for the stop loss. We're going to bring up a horizontal line. We are going to change this to 0.5582. Style green for entry. Bang, bang. It's a little high of a stop loss for me, mostly because this isn't a swing high right here. In my book, this is not a swing high because we didn't. Maybe 15-minute, maybe. Let me see. Yeah, we've got the VWAP over here, the weekly VWAP. Let's change that to a session VWAP. I mean, it's going to come up closer. Monthly VWAP. Oh, and we are at resistance if we are looking at our monthly VWAP. So got to be careful there. Then our weekly VWAP is sitting below us. So yeah, I don't know about my stop loss being here. Got big push up, pull back. That's a nice entry. Big push up, sideways, break this high, and that could potentially no. Personally, that stop loss, see, this would be, see how we have, this is also a previous area of resistance. So that means very likely it is a place where we could come back and back test, especially when we have our weekly VWAP curving right up there too. Yeah, I don't know if I would have my stop right there. Seems like I would probably get stopped out more likely than not. Let's bring up the oscillators. We've already put in a down reversal, overbought. Getting very tight on our Heikin-Ashi candles on the RSI primed. Yeah, right at resistance. Golden pocket. And then you've got the 382 sitting right there as your stop loss. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think this one might get taken out. This one might get taken out. Solana as in soul, but more American style. More Southern style is what it sounds like to me. Yeah, but zoom out on the weekly. and I sleep better making money. Chain link going parabolic too. I know that's my stop retest, but I ain't greedy. Yes, you know how I trade. Whatever is left in March, if doesn't drop before, will be sold off. Yep. Can you TA on SHIB and USA stock Xenog? Sure. But I was asked about Solana first. So Solana, SHIB, and USA stock Xenog. Xenog. What is that? What is that? So tree. I hope that helped you out, Poyo. Let me know in the chat. Let's see. Solana. Solansky. Solana Donna. Solana Llama. Salama. Salami Llama. Mama Llama. Solana Lana. So the thing about Solana is that even if it reaches to a price of $1,000, you're still only looking at a 4 to 5x. If it can pull down a little more back down to this golden pocket, we're still looking at just a 5x. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know how much more gains this has in it. I mean, if we take it from its bear market low, it has already put in like 20 something, 133x. 133x. It's wild. Learned that the hard way. TP the tune of 20K. Back later, I'll off for my 5 a.m. morning walk. Later, Sniper. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. I know you don't show up for just anybody, so I do really appreciate you being here, my friend. Sniper's Nightmare being a true OG, man. All the way from the Candle Mafia, but someone that has been part of my group, my tight group for a while. It's followed me along, and I've followed him along, and you know, I think we're good friends at this point. We've been good friends. Mad love, Sniper. Enjoy the walk, brother. All right, so Solana. What do we want to look at? Smaller term time frames? Short term price action? David, I love what you are doing, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Very much so. All right. So, really, I got so much love for you. I got love for you too, Poyo. You're awesome, bro. I feel like that if I was like still a drinker, I feel like me and Crypto Poyo would have some good nights, would have some good drinking times. I don't know about you guys. So all right, so Solana's basically just in this downwards channel, and I would just be waiting for it to break it. So bouncy, 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 bouncy. Look for the break. Clear these highs. We do have some equal highs here, so I would expect for these equal highs to get taken. And then we come down and hopefully get a back test on that 886 at $231.61. If we were to get a move like that, alongside some lower time frame bullish divergences sitting down here, then I think that would be a really good spot to take an entry, to take a long. Crypto Pollo gifting 5 Piper Academy memberships. Thank you, Crypto Pollo. Let's go ahead and shout out to the new members. Not everybody is a new member, I believe, but even if you are not, let's see, we've got Bit Innuendo, Museum of Corruption, Crypto Trades, Ada Ace, and Tony Soprano. What's going on? Welcome all of you to the alumni. Thank you, Crypto Pollo. That's the Bitcoin chicken. Appreciate that, Pollo. And yeah, man, you're awesome. You're awesome. It's absolutely mad. It's madness, bro. It's madness. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking for a bullish move on Solana, along with, want to see on the lower time frames some kind of like bullish divergence, like on the 15 minute. Everybody thank David for the gifts. His hard work makes this happen. I'm just a chicken. Pollo's just a chicken. Look at that. He's gifting memberships and he's not even a member. Yeah, sure, no worries to check out Solana first. I have a bit of a bag of that too. Big a bag of that too. Let's go. I'm here for the whole show. What's going on, Trim Brock? Thank you, David. Thank you, Alexandra G. You are amazing. Amazing. All of you amazing. Beautiful, wonderful, just kind, and just, man, I just love you guys. And then we have Buck. And then there's Buck. I hope he's still in here. Let's take a look at that monthly VWAP for what is this again? Solana. Let's a little too early for that one. So we do have a quarterly VWAP that we did backtest and get a bounce off of. So I do like seeing that. So yeah, I don't know. I think I like the way Solana's looking, especially after this push up and then coming down, getting a back test. It's almost like it's time, but let's wait for that break and then the pullback. That is what we want to see. Either here or up here after breaking this high. That is what I would want us to see for Solana. So I would say I'm pretty bullish. But if this starts to come down and loses, let's see. If this loses this level right here, if it closes below about 213, that would be a bad sign. It could just fall through and maybe come back down to 172 down here, back at the golden pocket. So yeah, that's what I got on Solana. XRP Broska, I'll give some alpha. Wait, what? Avi, do you want a really cool scalp trick? Sure. I can't get a membership. I'll have kind of wacky YouTube account. Yeah, I still have to change my card on mine. I still don't even have a membership for any of the shows, not even my own show. All right, so what were your requests, Trent? Zion Oil and Gas. Oh, that's what the Xenog was one of them. What was the other one? Shib. Shiba Inu. Coinbase. Ooh, that's an ugly chart. This is more of something that I was looking for earlier on the Bitcoin chart. You know what? It might actually be on the Bitcoin chart now that I just drew this out. This kind of does look like a deviation above the highs that could come back down and deviate below the lows before returning back to the upside. So the reason why I point stuff out like that is because we can clearly see that we have a consolidation range in here, and we broke out of it, and we back tested it a couple of times, but we ended up falling through back into the range. Now we are trying to poke back above it, but I would be very cautious here. Trend fusion's looking kind of weak. The money flows in the red, barely poking above the 50 line on our RSI primed. This looks like it's primed for a move to the downside. Probably getting into this inefficiency over here after this big push up right here that we never really came back down to back test these highs over here. So let's go ahead and put that there. Put that there. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? So yeah. Let's zoom out a little bit because we are talking about a memery coin here. Let's get rid of all of these ugly drawings. All of them. Every single one of them. Get rid of the drawings. Let's turn off the VWAP, as some people like to call it. The VWAP. VWAP WAP. Let's go ahead and pull a fib. Why are you fibbing? Fibs don't lie. There we go. All right. So, I mean, it's playing off of the fib levels. Let's go ahead and so on the daily, we have put in multiple reversal signals, overbought signals, and a bearish divergence. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this a little bit. Our money flow tried to come back and flip above the 0 line, but instead it started pushing down, and our true 7 is pushing down also. And we can see that our volume matrix has also been trending down, although it did get a little break here. So, but that could just be a short-term push back to the upside. Now this is a daily chart, so that little push back up to the upside could have been this move here. And in fact, if you guys remember that short trade from Sunday night that played out on Monday, this is that exact same trade except on the daily chart. So we come up, we fail to close above any of these wicks, okay? We come up short on this wick, and we come and we push down and we get a bearish rejection off of the golden pocket. And then we also have sitting here a daily fair value gap. And just like the trade on Monday, I was waiting to see we broke the low, the internal low. We even broke this internal low, but in doing so, we created that fair value gap. Then on a daily fair value gap, I want to zoom in to the 4-hour chart, and I want to see what we have going here. So we do have a bit of an order block right here that we could reject off of. Do have some equal lows down here as well. So let's see, is 15-minute. Okay, so we are getting a rejection off of that daily fair, or off of that order block. Let's zoom back out. Let's put that daily fair value gap back on. There we go. Let's go down to the 15. All right. So we did get a close above the midpoint of that daily fair value gap. However, whoops. However, let's see, we do have some relatively equal lows over here. Equal lows love to be taken out, and equal highs as well. We have some relatively equal lows here, 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 and then all the way down here we have here and here. This is just a, I don't know, man. This looks kind of like engineered liquidity. It's real choppy. It's not like really straight impulsive moves. This just looks really weak to me. Kind of rounding off. I would be very cautious, and I'd be looking for something potentially like this to come down for Shiba Inu. Yeah, it is personally, it's not something that I would be looking for longs on at this moment. Now, if it can hold this level here, you know, where we've had previous support and resistance, if it can hold that level there at 402, that's quadruple 4, 2, 0.0000002. There we go. Drops trades crypto, forex, or stocks. Drops trade iScalp, day trade, and swing trade. Rarely long. Oh, really? Just kidding, just kidding. Thank you for all your help over the last day and a half, Buck. I could not have gotten. Oh, did Buck finally say something to what I said? I didn't see it. I'm on top chat. Let's change to live chat. Oh, Buckaroo. I'm gonna start calling you Buckaroo. Oh, Buckaroo. Where's he at? I don't even see him. Did he block me? Or are you guys just saying Buck because I mentioned him? Yeah, I don't know. I have several accounts. Oh, is Drops Trades Buck? Is that who it is? Drops Trades, which indicators do you use, bro? Nice drops. Buck the Schmuck. Can't say that one. Being old sucks. Yeah, it does. Xenog, oil and gas. Last I heard, oil has not been doing well. So yeah. Shiba Inu, I want to see that quadruple 4 hold 40 or quadruple 02727 hold. That's what I want to see hold. If that can hold, then maybe we can, and it's on the lower time frames, on like the 15-minute, we start putting in some impulsive moves, something that looks quick and energetic. Then I would consider potentially, all right, this thing is reversing. But as of now, this could easily roll over just because of the market structure. This just looks like engineered liquidity that looks like it's getting ready to be taken out. So that's what I've got on the Sheeb. We'll go ahead and look at the Znog. Zion. Is this the oil that the Juice own? Juice? Juice. Does Juice own this Xenoc? It's got a delay. Data's delayed. I do not pay for this data. That's for certain. Zoom out. Zoom out. It's looking kind of flaggy. Pin it. More pin it. More pin it than flag. More pin it than flag. There was a gap here. We can pull that gap across. We're coming right here at the apex. I mean, doesn't look too terrible. I can say that much. Doesn't look too terrible. It's getting a little bit of a pullback. We are sitting above the 50, the 0 line. There we go. We're sitting above the 0 line on our money flow. Our true 7 is sitting just below it. It looks like we've been in a consolidation range for several days now, a couple of weeks. I don't see any signs of a real hardcore of a current bearish divergence, other than the one that led to this little sell-off here, but then we have since been consolidating. So bearish divergence doesn't always mean a reversal of trend. They can also mean that we're just seeing a short-term pullback in the market. So until we break market structure, then that's when we would start looking for like a short. But like here, that would be the low that would need to hold, because that was the start of the move. So we would want to see this level hold and not be taken out for this Zion. Whatever this is. Zion. Sultan. So, yep, that's going to be about the nuts and bolts on that. Don't really have too much left to say on that. I can bring up the Market Oracle Pro, see how where our dynamic reactor is sitting just below us here. If I come down to the 4 hour, we bet we're using that as our support. Yep, it's still just below us down here. And with these triangles, this could actually come down here like this. And this would be a classic, just your classic wedge. Breakout, back test, go. So that's what I'll be looking at for that. We have dropped down below the 0 line on our True 7 and our Trend Fusion, and looking like our RSI primed as well. So yeah, seeing some pullback on this would be expected, but probably when it comes to stocks, if you're an investor, probably not a bad time to accumulate. Seems like it is in a good range for accumulation before it goes on to make a bullish break. All right, guys, you know what it is time for? Do you know what it is time for? Do you know what it is time for? All right, Bitcoin. We need you to do it. What is it time for, guys? What do you think about the weekly on hymns? I don't know, man. I'm wrapping the show up. I don't know hymns. I don't know hers either. There it is. R.S. Miller got it. It is time for the Moon Throne. All right, guys. So if we want to see Bitcoin go to the moon, we have got to summon the beautiful, the wonderful, the amazing, the thriller, the one and only moon gods. Let's give a summon. Let's do our nightly Zen. And let's summon the moon gods. Oh, moon gods, please give us all the gains that we ask for. I really hope that you provide for me and my family, dear moon gods. Ramen. Beautiful. Thank you guys for coming and joining me and being part of this mad show that we call Markets After Dark. It was a fun time. These hours always seem to go by so quickly, especially when you guys are lively in the chat. And I do appreciate it every single time you guys come in here and show up, especially at this time of night. And but I know on the West Coast, this is a good time for you, right? So, all right, guys. Crypto Pollo, appreciate those memberships. You are amazing, and also you are doing amazing things with Billy Goat Tales. All of you guys are Redman, Biomex, yourself, and of course Crypto Billy. Hashtag Givers Gain. That's what giving those memberships is all about, because givers gain. So I really hope I hope you see good tidings, or I don't know. I got distracted by the chat real quick. See the otters show in the morning. Alexo may have a surprise in the morning. Okay, mucho gracias, Senor David. God bless. Thank you, Bit Innuendo. God bless. Bit Innuendo. Hasta mañana. And to everybody else, hasta mañana as well. If you're East Coast, look, I'm pretty close to you. All I gotta say is, we'll sleep when we're dead. But I'll see all of you in the morning, bright and early, right here if you're here, for Good Morning Crypto with BC Port Corp. And then followed by that, of course, we have armypiper, the OC guy, for the morning market report. Later on at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Trade Intuition, Trader Joe. And then for the Trade Academy. And then we have Crypto Nightcap with TRADEFLY, my guy, and FD White. So for the Crypto Nightcap. And then we'll be right back here for the last mad of the week. Wrap it all up, and we'll see how things go. But that's going to be it for me, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this stream. If you did, please remember to hit that like button on your way out. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and join the free Discord link in the description below. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And I will catch you all in the morning. Mad love and good night. Peace.
Putting in work, give them that work. A1 since day one, had swagger since birth. All my moves clutch, put respect on my turf. Sick of your swim, homie, this how you surf. Surf. Sick of your swim, homie, this how you surf. All my moves clutch, put respect on my turf. A1 since day one, had swagger since birth. Putting in work, give them that work. A1 since day one, had swagger since birth.